Hi, today I want to show you how to use the Canvas feature of the Obsidian note-taking application. Obsidian is a powerful note-taking application with visual capabilities like putting all of your notes into a mind map. Canvas is a feature of Obsidian that I use to plan out my business ideas, my blog posts, and you can use it for anything that you write. What I have up right now is a canvas that is in Obsidian, and this is for planning courses for my Connected Course Designs business. So first I want to show you the Obsidian part and the power of connecting notes. So as you create a note in Obsidian, you can connect it to other notes and those connections will make a mind map. So I'm going to show you the mind map for Connected Course Designs. So you can see, you can zoom way out, you can kind of see where all of the notes are congregated, what where there are the most notes about something. You can zoom in and see specific sections of it. You can move it around on the screen, and then you can even go to the note itself. So this note that's connecting to all of these others, we can click on that, and now you can see all of these purple spots are where I have backlinked to the other notes, and that's how Obsidian makes those mind maps. I find it really helpful because it's a really visual tool. So when you have these notes in Obsidian, you can pull them over to something called a canvas, and that's what we looked at over here. This is a canvas. So we're going to start with a blank canvas, and I'm going to show you first how to create a note. You can create a note from here. You can just drag one from the vault, like those notes that were already created in that mind map I just showed you, or you can drag media from the vault. So we're just going to drag a card here, and I already have it typed up. And so these are the steps that we're going to look at for writing something using the note system, Obsidian, the Canvas part of Obsidian. So we're going to talk about creating notes, which we just did one, and then we're going to bring in some other elements, URLs, YouTube links, photos, images. Then we're going to organize it, and then we're going to talk about how we finalize it. And then the last step is, of course, just to write what you have written. So I spoke at something called Canoecopia. It's the largest paddle sport expo in the world. It was started 50 years ago, and they're still running it. And I was able to speak at it. And as I was there attending the conference, I noticed that it was a really great sense of community. And so I started jotting some notes about how conferences can create a sense of community. And then I jotted down some notes about some of the individual experiences that I had, people that I talked to, somebody who hiked the North Country Trail, some presentations that I went to that I was impressed with, felt like they'd really, you know, done a good job of creating some community. And you can see I'm just clicking on the notes and then pulling them over with my mouse and putting them in the order that I want to. And we can go way out, zoom in or zoom out. And so that was kind of the core of what I started with. There's just these notes. I have another business called Social Seahorse Connections where I highlight people that are doing really great jobs with creating community and creating connections. And so this was for that blog post. One of the best features that I love is the other elements that you can bring in so easily and have them right there while you're writing. So I can just paste in the URL and it brings in the actual website now is available to me in my note taking. And so when I was writing about this, I wanted to know more about what they had to say about their mission statement and why they were doing the conference and what its history was. And so I got notes from the website, and then I was able to cite it easily with the URLs. This is the Rutabagas, the store that puts on Canoecopia. And so that was kind of the mission statement around the conference itself. And then these are the mission statement about the Rutabagas story. And so I pulled in the URL so that I could use the website right there on the canvas. And then I also am able to pull in pictures. So I had this picture, which I had pulled off of the actually off of the website. It's not a really great quality picture. And then I reached out to Darren Bush, who is the guy at the front of this selfie, and he sent me a little better quality photo of the staff at the vendor hall just before the opening of the conference. So now I have all of my core pieces, and the third step now is to organize all of the elements. So you've already seen me move things around, put them in order. I originally was going to talk about the Rutabaga mission, and I had these in front of all of these kind of community and connection notes, and then I ended up reshifting everything, and that was really easy to do with the features here, being able to move those notes around, kind of like you would move a sticky note. And so then I just created some headings and some subheadings. I'll create a couple of those to show you, so you can just drag that note again in there, and actually this should be over here as a subheader on this. Met a very inspirational man who had hiked the North Country Trail. I can also right click to add a card. This had to do with building some confidence, reaching out to people. And I can add another card here. This was kind of, like-minded people. And so now that I have some headers, I won't do them all, but we can move those, we can organize them where we want them, and then we can attach these. You see these little circles when I'm mousing over the notes. You can attach them then to any part of a note that you want to. And then like this Rutabaga mission kind of came from here, so we could, attach that to, we could attach that to the website like so. You can also group things. So this was kind of the core of the blog. And so I am able to just click and then drag to group them all. And then I can color them all the same color. And then I can move them. So if I need to move this whole group, I can move it around. Again, I just click, select, and then use the color feature. Anything that had to do with Rutabaga and their mission, I colored purple. And so now I've got some organizations going, I've got some connections going. And then the last thing that I did was just finalize it. I brought in a couple more notes. There was kind of some non-social value. I talk a lot in my blog. It's all about social value and what kind of social value is created when people do certain things. And I use, whoever I'm highlighting that month as an illustration. And then I also always write a golden connection at the end, which is something that is inspired by the by whoever's been highlighted, and it's something practical that people can take away to increase their own connection and community. And then I also wrote a golden connection for each one of these subjects. That's unusual. I don't usually do that. But when I got all done then, well, you can see too, it's really easy when you zoom out, you can kind of see it in that outline view. When I was all done, this is what it ended up looking like. So now I kind of had, a linear plan with all of my notes and all of my resources. And we can zoom in a little bit there. You can see I have my subheadings, I have my social value definition, a golden connection for each of those headings, and then I was able to write the blog post very efficiently off of this. And the final blog post ended up looking like this. And so it was really easy to write it once I had all of the pieces organized and thought through in the Canvas feature of Obsidian. I hope this helps you with creating your own blogs, podcasts, sales pages, whatever it is that you need to write, or planning out your business plans. If you have any follow-up questions, just message me in the Facebook group. Thanks.